White smoke rises over the Vatican. Crowds erupt in cheers. But this time, it's different. For the first time in history, a pope from the United States steps out onto the balcony. Who is Pope Leo XIV? And why is the world paying such close attention? Let's break it down. The Catholic Church just chose its new leader through a centuries-old ritual called the Conclave. It takes place inside the Sistine Chapel, where cardinals from around the world are locked in until a decision is made. They vote in secret up to 4 times a day until someone gets a 2/3 majority. Once they do, boom, white smoke from the chimney. That's how 1.3 billion Catholics know they have a new pope. The man under the white robes? His name is Robert Francis Prevost. Born in Chicago in 1955, he's a native English speaker with French, Spanish, and Italian roots. He's not just some desk cardinal. He spent years as a missionary in Peru, walking the streets, talking to people, and helping communities grow. In 2023, he was brought to Rome to lead one of the most powerful departments in the Vatican. And now, just 2 years later, he's the Pope. A pope from the United States? That's a big deal. Most popes have come from Europe or Latin America. Choosing someone from the US signals something. The Church might be looking to connect more with a globalized world. It's also symbolic. In an age where faith is declining in the West, having an American pope could be the Church's way of saying, "We see you, we hear you, and we're adapting." Okay, let's get one thing straight. Being pope isn't just about waving from balconies and wearing the white hat. It's actually one of the most demanding leadership roles on earth. The Pope is the spiritual leader of over 1.3 billion Catholics. The head of state of the Vatican City, the world's smallest country. The global voice of moral and ethical dialogue, even for non-Catholics. He appoints bishops and cardinals across the world, writes official church teachings called encyclicals, and leads major councils that can reshape church policy for generations. He's like a head coach, a diplomat, and a philosopher, all rolled into one. Plus, when he speaks, presidents and prime ministers listen. His influence goes way beyond religion. From climate change to migration, war to inequality, the Pope often weighs in on the biggest issues of our time. Though it's still early, Leo XIV is expected to continue the reform-minded path of Pope Francisco. That means more transparency, a stronger stance on abuse within the Church, outreach to youth and non-traditional communities, a focus on the environment and social justice. He's also multilingual and deeply connected to Latin America, which might help bridge cultural gaps in the Church. Here's where things get spicy. The election of Pope Leo XIV happened in record time, just 2 days. That's lightning speed for a conclave. Why so fast? A few possibilities. Unity among cardinals. It's likely many already saw him as a bridge builder, someone neutral enough to unite conservatives and progressives within the Church. Low drama. Sometimes conclaves become political battlegrounds. This one? Apparently calm, prayerful, and focused. That's rare. Track record. Leo XIV's background checked a lot of boxes. Missionary, administrator, reformer, multilingual, humble. The cardinals may have felt he was the obvious choice. By church standards, a fast conclave usually means strong consensus and confidence. It's like everyone already had the same person in mind when they walked in, and they didn't want to waste time. Reactions have poured in from every corner of the globe. In the US, some are stunned. In Peru, there's pride. No, he was a bishop there. And in Rome, many speak of him as a pastor, not a politician. Social media is buzzing. Headlines read, Pope from Chicago shakes the Vatican, and an American pontiff for a new era. This is more than news. It's a shift in how people see faith in modern life. The Church has faced criticism, controversy, and decline in some parts of the world. A new pope from a non-European country could signal a turning point. Leo XIV might be the fresh voice people need, someone who's lived among the poor, speaks multiple languages, and understands both North and South American realities. This could reinvigorate faith for millions, or spark conversations in places where the Church has gone silent. In a time of uncertainty, when institutions are questioned and traditions feel outdated, the world still turns to one man in white to bring hope. Not because he's perfect, or powerful, or always right, but because he stands for something bigger. Pope Leo XIV is a reminder that leadership doesn't always come from where you expect. Sometimes it's found in the streets of Peru, in the heart of Chicago, or in the silence of a chapel in Rome. No matter your beliefs, this moment matters, because it shows us that even in ancient traditions, change is always possible. And with change comes the hope that maybe, just maybe, we're moving towards something better. Whether you're Catholic, curious, or even skeptical, this moment invites you to reflect on something deeper. What are the values guiding our lives? Who do we look to for wisdom, peace, and leadership when everything feels uncertain? Maybe the election of a new pope is less about religion and more about the kind of world we still hope to build. And maybe, just maybe, change doesn't start at the top, but in each of us choosing compassion, courage, and truth. And hey, if this kind of story got you thinking, maybe that's a sign to stick around. I'll be sharing more eye-opening stories from around the world, stories that challenge what we think is normal. New perspectives every week. Subscribe if you're curious.